So I'll get past this. So thank you guys again. I appreciate, as Mark said, really appreciate you coming out. It's an exciting day for me. I'm the warrior that's out in the channel selling to ultimately the decision makers that get the product into your hand. So getting your feedback and getting the product into your hand and getting that direction is crucial for us as we continue to move forward. So this, okay, cool. That's us. So I will say is this has been an amazing project for me to work on, and the Bolt is the thing that's going to revolutionize the smart lock at the front door. So as you can see here, it's going through the different features. I'm going to let it play out. So this is the Bolt. This is an NFC version and a fingerprint version. So how did we get here? We are the #1 selling smart lock on Kickstarter. We're the #1 selling smart lock on Amazon, and we're like, hey, we have to continue this great streak, and we redefine this smart lock again. So we're the most user friendly, we're the most connected, we're the most secure, and we're also the most value for your buck. So we went to the market and said, hey, what are some of the pain points that you come across as you have a smart lock in the channel? And keys. So I've had my house for 10 years. I don't know where my keys are. I can't expect my kids to understand where their keys are. So we still have it as a means to fall back on, but there's so many different ways to unlock your smart lock, including your fingerprint, which is one of my favorite features. The smart locks that are out in the channel, some of them are just electronic locks, and they don't do much. They're not connected to your home. As Mark said, having that ecosystem with that one app and then Matter and some of these other technologies is really what's going to bring everything together to make people continue to trust UltraLock as we expanded to different categories. What we hear from our Airbnb customers, being able to control your smart lock from all over the world has been one of the biggest runs of our product. The nice thing about having Wi-Fi connectivity with our products is you can literally control it from a beach, or you can do it from your from your attic. Or my parents live in Fort Myers; they forget where their keys are all the time. And then batteries. Batteries is the bane of our existence. Batteries just keep going out of style every time. So keys. 63% of people still have keys. They just don't know where they are. Telling you. So the nice thing is if you look at the research that we've done as UltraLock, we provided you 9 different ways to unlock your lock, including your fingerprint, IoT, Apple HomeKit, Google, Alexa, and we even have codes and the UTech app, which is super intuitive. So the elephant in the room is how do you support Apple? So our team has been working countlessly in regards to the HomeKit, the HomeKey, and the Bolt new product has incorporated both of them. So now we have Google, Alexa, and Apple.
This is the Bolt NFC lock by UltraLock, designed to work with Apple HomeKit. It's easy to forget something, but with UltraLock Bolt NFC, you can leave your worries behind.
Hey Siri, lock the front door.
So that's one of my favorite features. I'm not from California, I'm from Minnesota, and it's cold. So when my kids come home from school, I want to make sure they're not staying at the front door freezing their butt off. So the technology is not only just from their phones, because all the kids have a phone, but I know that if they have their finger on them, they can get into the front door. So Apple and a finger, make sure my kids don't freeze their butt off. And now moving forward, we also have the Apple Watch. So you don't necessarily need to have your phone on you. If you have an Apple smartwatch, you go up, you press your watch to the lock, and it instantly unlocks. So again, the thing that we keep hearing from our consumers is how do you make it easy for me to gain access to my property really without me thinking about it? And then the HomeKit ecosystem where it's your smartphone, it's NFC, and your smartwatch, your Apple Watch as well.
Siri, unlock the front door.
And we had to incorporate Siri as well because we have Alexa and Google. And so now you have all three voice commands, so you can literally unlock your door with just your voice. This was a huge feature during COVID. And when people didn't want to go to their front door and having food or whatever delivered, being able to unlock your door with your voice was a monstrous uptick in our overall success.
The anti-peek feature allows you to keep your door codes safe by hiding them in a string of numbers. Finger, app, code, or backup key.
So the cool thing about that is there's so many different ways you can open your smart lock. If one of the quickest turnkey solutions is our anti-peep code, where you actually hide your code in the middle of a number, so that way somebody can't look over your shoulder and gain access to your property by stealing your number. And that number changes constantly. But then you can, again, I talked about this before, your finger is your key. 3D biometric fingerprint, you can literally turn your thumb or your finger. I always say scan a couple of your fingers to make sure you're getting access at any given time. It can hold up to 100 different fingerprints. If you have 100 people in your family, they have access to your lock. This is, again, the anti-peep tactical key. We've done research too. The digital keypads work well, but sometimes there's sun that gets involved. We like the feeling of the buttons, and so do our customers. So this is a feature that carried forward with our products. NFC, this is going back to the hospitality world or Airbnb, where people don't necessarily want a fingerprint. They just want a key they just want the NFC card that they can hold up to the lock and get access to it, so they can trade the key card back and forth. So I go to Costco 3 times a week, and I come home with a load of groceries. I don't always have a free hand. The nice thing is when you're in proximity of the lock, it'll unlock knowing that the phone is in your back pocket. And as Mark and I will hammer home, the UTech app is one of the easiest apps to use because everything is integrated into it. And now moving forward, having the light bulbs and also the camera and other stuff in the future will all have a centralized place you can control. Battery life, you're going to keep hearing the market. One of the reasons, Mark brought it up on Amazon, one of the reasons why we have great reviews on Amazon is because we stand by our battery life. People just want to be able to get access to their product, their door, and having a battery life that sticks up to make sure that you can get into your property. And you get notifications. Another great feature about our products is we take the guesswork out of it. If your batteries are low, we're going to send you a notification. With the Bolt, now you're connected to your home Wi-Fi. You can now access it or control it from a remote location. The app lets you set up different personalities. You can have your neighbor, your wife, your kids, everything set up in the app, and you can also schedule the duration of the code that you provide somebody, so it only lasts a week. And then, yes, we're the brains behind the smart lock are with the big guys in town, and we're working with all of them. And as Mark said, Matter's that center point that you're going to hear more and more about. There's going to be a nice panel discussion talking about Matter and how it comes to market, and we're excited to be a part of that family. And then we're always constantly looking for technology partners to help advance our solutions as well. Silicon Labs literally will help us play in the Matter realm. And then security. We can't have a smart lock and not talk about security. So ANSI One is the #1 security level for any commercial or residential smart lock. All of our products are ANSI One. So just go out in the market and look on the box. I don't think they're going to brag about it because they're level 3. So, and when you have that ANSI certification, that means we're 35 times stronger, and we have 7 times the life, which means you're investing in a smart lock that's going to last over time. And weather. I think we've all dealt with our fair share of weather this year. So IPX means that we're weatherproof, and that's part of the strength of having that weatherproof and weather resistance products in the channel. And this is one of my favorite things. I always get asked when I lay in bed, and my wife turns to me, she's like, hey, did you lock the front door? Well, guess what? We have the auto lock feature. You can set it up in your app, and it will automatically lock within 30 seconds, a minute, 5 minutes, whatever you want to do it, all controlled in the UTech app. And yes, we have your personal security in mind. So not only do we want to provide the strength at the front door, but we also want to give you the point that, hey, we're giving you the highest level of encryption so that way your personal data is secure as well. And it's literally, it only takes a single screwdriver. We just had a really super great opportunity with HSN where we did very well, and it really came down to the ease of installation that helped us win with Mom. So 1 screwdriver, 6 screws. And again, the interface, we're going to keep saying it. We want to keep it easy. We want to make it easy for our customers. So now, if you move forward, if you look at the Bolt, we actually show indicator nodes of when the lock is unlocked with a check mark, when it's not, and then when the batteries are actually winding down too, and you'll see the icons when you're connected, and then when the batteries are going in low as well. So we listened to the community, and then we put it into the lock as well. Because they didn't want it, they locked up to the lock, and they just said, what does a red dot mean? Well, guess what? We listened, and we put it into the lock. So again, this is our anti-peep code as well. And moving forward, we are the only ones that are going to have colors in this lock. One of those things where there's other smart locks in the channel. We want to differentiate ourselves, not just with technology, but with look and feel. There's a lot of new projects that are going up, especially on college campuses. We think that colors could win. So also suggestions from our community. Burgundy red, lightning silver, and Klein blue. That is a color. That was new to me. So coming up, this is where we're going to be at. $249, which is for the technology, the best in the market. All things involved into the product, $249, and we will be having a limited pre-order in November and shipping in December. So it is a big feat. Hats off to the team for all the hard work of getting us not just to here, but having an amazing product to talk about, and hopefully we'll see the results in the channel. Thank you, guys.